Oh, mate, check that out for a backdrop. That ain't too bad, is it? What do you reckon? Am I center? Not that it matters too much, but I kind of want to be center with those lights. What do you reckon about that? That's kind of off center, but oh, mate, that's a decent little backdrop, isn't it? You get used to that, Chrissy Boy. What are you saying, mate? This hat is doing my absolute Sweden on my head, and I'm not taking my hat off, and I'm definitely not wearing it like that because of this mop. Look at this, mate. I'm cut it in forever. I'll have to deal with it like this. All righty then. Mate, we are thrashing at these live streams lately, and I'm really enjoying them. And, you know, the slightly different topics that we're covering, mainly, yes, 90% travel, but sometimes, oh, Chrissy Boy is just going to jump on, mate, and have a good old chinwag laughy laugh with you and see what's going on in your world. Whether I've got a huge amount of energy or I'm tapering it down and I'm nice and chilled. Either one, we're going to jump on the stream, mate. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. Also, I've just got a Netflix subscription, right? Because now I'm home and I'm chilling and I'm going to be in a bus or on a train and hitchhiking my way across the country. So I can actually, after a day's editing, doing shorts and speaking to you absolute legends on live stream, I can relax in bed and I can binge some Netflix documentaries and series. I'm not too big on movies. I like murder documentaries and that sort of stuff. My favorite paranormal, strange and mysterious channel, I think that's what it is, on YouTube is Mr. Ballin. If anybody likes like the strange, dark, and mysterious is Mr. Ballin's introduction. He tells these amazing stories. So I binge a lot of that on YouTube, Mr. Ballin. Anyway, what I was saying about Netflix is my brother Nick advised that I watch Ed Gein, which is, I think Ed Gein is like the serial killer who like inspired the movies Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Scream and all of those other horror ones. So I'm gonna I'm gonna binge some Ed Gein tonight on Netflix, treat myself, and also Black Mirror, mate. I love a Black Mirror. So yeah, that's about it. 3 coffees today. Probably should have had 2. Anyway, Jonathan King, what's going on, mate? What is up? What is up? Yeah, so tonight, just wanted to jump on, mate, and kind of have a little natter with you, basically about, mate, just having a laugh. That's pretty much what we're going to talk about, and not taking life so serious, because at the moment, life is full of cracks and turmoil, and it seems that a lot of people, including myself, at times get caught up in the dark, negative media and all of that stuff that comes with the circus of what the media is. And mate, I think the best way to kind of counteract that and stay on your path of contentment and purpose and happiness is to take all of that media and all that pessimistic stuff and negativity with a pinch of salt and remind yourself that life is short. And all we can do is enjoy the present moment. And mate, at the end of the day, as the t-shirt says, just have a laugh, mate. Shaib Gulam, what's going on, mate? Good evening to you. Chrissy Boy, thank you so much. #1 fan. That's awesome, brother. Thank you. That's cool. That's cool to know. I see Shuaib, if I'm pronouncing that right, that's awesome. I see that you're commenting on a lot of the vlogs and other videos. So, mate, thank you so much. Big fist bump to you, brother. So, yeah, thank you. And before we get started, I'm getting a little bit hot on socials at the moment, mate. So right now, and then I'll start shouting. I'm not sure why I'm shouting. There's a huge echo going through this cottage because of my loud ass Welsh voice. This is Instagram. It's Chrissy Boy Vlogs if anybody wants to connect. And I'm probably going to block up your feed. I'm posting like 5 or 6 shorts a day of all the long form videos that we've been doing. So yeah, mate, if you want to drop me a message or something on there. Yeah, all good. But thanks for being here. Who have we got on before we start? And I've actually got something special for you tonight. I've got something special. I've actually been working on something for the last 2 years. And I've got something special that I want to share with you tonight. And it's going to take a little bit of extra confidence on Chrissy Boy's behalf. But I'm going to stand up when it's time and I'm going to get it done. And it's this right here. It's this right here that I'm going to show you. So bear with me, hang in there. And if you're saying, Chrissy Boy, can you just chill the F out, mate? Yeah, I've just got back from work. I'm kicking back on the sofa with the missus, the dog's beside me. I've just had food. Please don't give me an anxiety attack. Can you just calm your sweet self down? That I will. Okay. All right, who have we got on board? Dan G, what's going on, mate? Hello, Chris from Van City. I just got the notification. I'm out and about. Hopefully you will still be on when I get home. I will pick up some good Canadian beers in your honor. Go on, mate. Dan G, can you list 3 of the best Canadian beers? That would be awesome. And then I can have a look at them on Google. Dan G, list those Canadian beers for your British bro. And that'll get me all excited to come over and see you next year. Hopefully all going well, fingers crossed, in Vancouver, mate. Shaob says, you deserve it, mate. You're the real deal. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Or should I say in my learning Spanish way, eres muy amable, which means you're very kind, I think. Eres muy amable. Yeah. I'm learning Spanish because next year I hope to go to Mexico to visit a friend, Alice, from a YouTube channel called Skint Northerners, and also Colombia. I want to go to Colombia too. Oh, mate, I've been hitting the gym pretty hard at the moment. I'm not sure if you can tell. What do you reckon, boys? Actually, you definitely cannot tell what is going on with that. I've been curling my absolute shiz off, mate. All right, enough of that, Chris. No one wants to see that, mate. Les, hi, I'm from Russia. I saw your Thai videos and liked them. Les, thank you so much. Appreciate you, mate. I think I've made probably, honestly, I reckon I've made more Thailand. This isn't to boast or anything like that, but I think I've probably made more Thailand vlogs than any other travel vlogger. I'm probably close to 200, I reckon, or more. 200 long form travel vlogs from Thailand. I know that Travel with Chris, a big YouTuber, he's a good guy. He has made a lot in Thailand also. So go and check his content out. But Les, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I've really enjoyed doing all of the Thailand content. But I have to be honest, Thailand has been wearing me down for the last few months just because I've spent so much time in country. So I probably will not be back in Thailand now until, I don't know, the first 3 or 4 months of next year when I have a wedding to go to in Koh Samui from 2 amazing friends of mine, actually. So that's actually when I will be going back. And I will talk about the title of this live stream very soon. I'm just very excited, as you can tell, with my heart going thump, 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 thump in my chest of you guys being on and hanging out and stuff like this on the live. I think it's really cool. So I appreciate your time. Let me just go through. Jonathan King, I just discovered your channel within the past couple of weeks and have been binging your videos. Going to Thailand in 3 weeks. Pumped for it. First time in Asia. Jonathan King, thank you so much, mate. That's awesome. I appreciate your I appreciate your time and energy, and as I always say, your patience in putting up with this absolute idiot. So I really appreciate that. And there's a load of Thailand content on the channel. So if you're stuck for anything that you'd like to do in Thailand, just go to my playlists on the channel. I've got 3 playlists of Thailand. One is just called Thailand. The second is Thailand with no money. And the third playlist is Thailand with no money 2.0. So you can have a look at them. And I think you'll have a fantastic time in Thailand. How long are you going for, Jonathan? I assume you're going for a few weeks or a month. And yeah, I'd be keen to hear your travel plans for Thailand. What are you doing? Are you going up to Chiang Mai? Are you going further afield up to Pai? Are you going down to Koh Samui? Are you going down to Surat Thani? Maybe crossing the border into Cambodia? What are you doing, mate? I want to know. That's awesome. And yeah, 2 weeks, John. You're going for 2 weeks, mate. You'll have an absolute banger. Start out in Bangkok, but you know, if you're a bit of a party boy like your mate Chrissy is, mate, just be careful in Bangkok, all right? Just be careful. And if I can give you one piece of advice, don't go for convenience when you're in Thailand. And I mean that as a part of experiencing the culture. Like, say if you see a cafe on the side of the road or some street food and it's 60 or 70 baht, don't go with the first option, because I guarantee there'll be nicer options a few minutes more down the road and it'll be cheaper. So just because you see some stuff here, be it, you know, material items or food, just be aware that, okay, that's there, it looks nice, it's a good price, but you've got a plethora of options in Thailand where you keep walking down the street and you're going to be dumbstruck with the options you have. So don't take the first thing that you see in terms of food, or if you want to buy something for your family or a souvenir, just you've got enough time and street space to scout different things out at different prices. So Jonathan, I hope that's helpful. Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Koh Samui. That is a banging plan itinerary for 2 weeks, mate. Let me know if you're doing it on a budget or you've got cash in the bank, mate. And yeah, I'll drop some Airbnbs and stuff for you and some cheap travel if you want. But you seem to have it all together, mate, and have a great 2 weeks. You'll have an absolute banger. And make sure you jump on a live after you've come back and let us all know how it's been. That would be really good. Okay. Cheers, Jonathan, as well, mate. That's awesome. Toby Brick, what's going on, mate? And it would be amazing if you guys in the chat could just let me know where you're watching from. Personally, your boy is in Wales in the UK right now. And I've got to say, it's wet, it's windy, it's dark, and it's cold. And it probably is a little bit depressing, but I don't let that get to me. It's just nice to be home with family and having some amazing 10-hour unbroken sleeps through the night. Okay, on to Toby Brick. Hello, brother. I'm thinking about going to Penang. Do you mean Penang? Is that not Australia? Crikey. Is that Malaysia? Penang? Let me know, Toby. Vietnam in March. Penang. Have you been? Oh, sorry, brother. I thought you meant Penang in Malaysia. Vietnam, I have been to Vietnam, but I have not been to Penang. I've only been to Hanoi and then more of the northern regions towards the what's the famous cycle thing? Mate, it's like a famous cycle track in northern Hanoi. I forgot, but I've been up there. So I haven't been to like Da Nang in the center of Vietnam, and I haven't gone down south to Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City. But Hanoi was cool. I was in Hanoi at a very strange time of my travels before my current one, and I was like exhausted. And I just, when I get tired, and I mean like mentally fatigued, and my body is just like breaking down from so much travel, I tend to just go on the beers. So I, when I was in Hanoi, I didn't get to experience it as much as I should because I just lost the plot of it and went on the beers. So if you haven't seen the Vietnamese series, it's this one here. And most of it is just drinking, because the dark reality of Vietnam's nightlife, drinking 28 pence beers. And then also I was drinking here too. Yeah, I kind of just lose the plot when I'm tired traveling. But I have not heard of Phang Nang in Vietnam. I'd be keen to see where that is. And actually, since we're right here right now, let me see on the maps where that is. Phang Nang, mate. Also, while you're waiting, just drop a, again, I'm like a little repeating Welsh parrot here. Just drop in the comments where you're watching from. Phang Nang, mate. Phang Nang. Mate, it says that Phang Nang is in Myanmar, in Burma. This is where it's coming up, Toby, bro. Mate, it's like north of Mandalay, which is the capital of Burma. This is where Penang is coming up. And then Nagaland, obviously, is India. And below that, as you can see, Chiang Mai is Thailand. So that's where Penang is coming up. And I haven't been to Myanmar, and I haven't been to Cambodia yet. So, and I need to explore more of Vietnam. So sorry, brother. Shaub Gulam says, you're the best, brother. Right there. Nice entertainment. Just have fun watching your vloggies, and the party vlog was the #1 vlog of all time. I appreciate you, Shaub, mate. Shaub Gulam, if I'm getting that right, mate, the #1 fan. Do you know what? That party vlog in Hong Kong, that was like, mate, it was such a weird, crazy, fast-paced, drunken vlog where if you haven't watched it and you've got an hour and 20 minutes to kill, not many people have, then go and watch my recent Hong Kong vlog, mate. It's this one right here, third one down, the most chaotic party vlog you'll ever watch. And let me tell you, I couldn't come up with a better title for it. It was absolutely mental. So I appreciate you watching that, mate. WJV says, hi, Chrissy Boy. Glad to catch you on the live stream. Are you training for your next UFC fight? Yes, mate, I am. Let me show you. Let me show you, bro. I'm training for it right now, actually. Give you a little... That's my training so far. What you reckon? It's going good, I think. It's going good, mate. So WJV. Yeah, mate, it's going good. My UFC training is good. I need to work on my takedowns and takedown defense, but otherwise, mate, my striking is right good, mate. Wham! Wham! It's funny, mate. I'm short of breath. I need to go for a run or something. Oh. Project Weaver. Oi, oi, Chrissy Boy. Oi, oi to you, mate. Project Weaver. Wagwan, what's going on, mate? I might be really loud because there's people over there. They're probably going to knock on my door soon. Nerd. Quick answer to the GeoGuessr question yesterday. It's a game on the PC where you are dumped anywhere in the world on Google Maps. And you have to figure out where you are on the map. So yesterday, we were doing a live stream. And Nerd in the chat put something down as GeoGuessr. And I was saying, what is GeoGuessr? And he's just explained that it's a PC game where you get dropped on the world map and you've got to figure out where you are. Sounds really interesting, actually. It's a game that I would definitely be keen on playing. Yeah, boy. Again, just for those people dropping in now, I'm no longer in Thailand or anywhere in Asia. I'm back home in Wales, UK, mate, for the next probably 2 weeks until I go to Morocco. I'm going to go to Morocco for a bit, mate. Morocco, and then I'm going to go to Scotland in the Scottish Highlands for a bit. That's going to take me to the end of the year. And then next year, I'd like to go to Colombia, the Philippines, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, and a few other places, mate. So we'll see. But yeah. Mate, WJV says, you do look like a Chechen UFC fighter, I have to say. Mate, I know. I do, don't I? Because I shaved this the other day, right? Just this, because a bird was coming over and I didn't want to neck her with loads of this around my lips. So I shaved this off and then kept the Chechen beard, but it grows midway down my neck. So I'm ready for some sparring, mate. At least I look the part. I definitely can't act the part. But WJV, thanks for being here, mate. Where are you from? WJV, where are you from, brother? Ricky Boy! Go on, mate! Ricky's back in the chat. Most consistent live stream watcher in recent Chrissy Boy channel history, I reckon. Ricky, mate, it is flooding down here in Wales. I'm not sure what it's like in, I believe you said London, but mate, down here it's like, if you want a bath, but you want to save on water costs, just step out your door, mate, and just go for a swim and get some exercise in as well as having a wash down here at the moment. It's mental. Chris, have you ever been tempted to follow Algo to get views and clicks? Algo, especially when you're struggling financially, traveling on shoestring budgets. Ricky, I'm not sure what Algo is, mate. Have you been tempted to follow Algo to get views and clicks? Not sure. I really couldn't care too much about views. I mean, I look very forward to the future. Where will I be in 1 year or 2 years from now? Right now, I'm just putting in the work and enjoying making videos and staying consistent and speaking to you absolute bros. Jonathan King, yeah, back on it. So 2 weeks, you said, have a great time in Thailand. Keep me posted. Oh, Ruben Pignor from England. What's going on, mate? Mate, absolute legend. I'm not sure if you just heard that, Ruben, but next year I will definitely be going to the Philippines. Are you spending your Christmas here in the UK? Yes, I am. I'm not a big celebrator of Christmas, but I will be stationed here, probably doing some stupid videos to entertain you guys and eating a load of food to put back on the fat that I'm currently losing in the gym at the moment. So yeah, stationed back here, wet, windy Wales for Christmas, 2K25. Shawab Gulum says, you're a born survivor, Chrissy. Boy grills and blesses, you never panic, even with the beer essentials. Nah, mate. I think I only don't panic when I'm traveling so frugally with such less money is because I've done it for so long now. You know, I've traveled on a shoestring for the last, I'm not sure, many years. So it comes a point where there's no point worrying, because worry is, it's almost like it's a needless act. You don't need to do it. You just take action and you learn, then you learn by taking action. So no, mate, no panicking sometimes. Jonathan King, appreciate you too, brother. Have a great one, mate. Koh Samui, you'll love it, especially the whole like, you know, if you're getting the bus down Koh Samui, or even if you're flying, just the whole being around Koh Samui on the beach and everything, it's just really good vibes. I recommend getting a scooter and wearing a helmet and not falling off also around the island. It'll be really fun. Cliffo, what's going on, mate? Cliffo says, I'm going to Vietnam on New Year's Eve, one-way ticket, and I'm traveling all of Southeast Asia. That is making me extremely envious right now, even though I've just got back to Wales. That is going to be awesome. Cliffo, where are you starting out? Are you going to be up north in Hanoi, or are you flying into Hoi An or Da Nang in the center, or are you going down south to start? That's awesome. New Year's in Vietnam, mate. That is going to be a cheap celebration for you. Awesome. And then after you go into, I presume, maybe Cambodia or Thailand. Mate, way to go. Way to go. Toby Brick, Da Nang. Mate, so you were on about Phang Nang before. So Da Nang, yeah. Central Vietnam. It's supposed to be like the Miami of Vietnam. It's supposed to be really banging. And you know what? I've actually, when I was in Asia, I was looking at places to like rent for 1 month in Da Nang. And mate, you will not believe some of the prices that I found for like amazing apartments there. So in Da Nang, right, from let's take like the 1st of December until the 1st of January. And I know that a lot of you won't want to do this, and it's just a way that I kind of look to like settle my mind when I'm traveling with not much money. I like to go on the likes of Airbnb, and it's kind of like a little habit. I like to look at small apartments in a country, in a city that I can rent for 1 month, because if my accommodation is sorted and I've got my own place, be that a little expensive or on the cheap end, I don't know, it just brings me a semblance of comfort in comparison to traveling around all the time. You know, even if that means I have to travel around when I have my base, my apartment, I would still prefer to spend a little more money to travel around and have my base than to travel around without my base. Does that make any sense? Anyway, so mate, Da Nang in Vietnam, I think it's banging. Like a lot of people rave about it. I've got a few friends who actually live there, and mate, it's super cheap. I'm just looking at these Airbnbs. And they're around, look at this, mate. Look at this apartment you can get in Da Nang for £180. There it is, £180 for the month. So look, mate. Oh, other way. So it's a nice living room. 180 quid for the month. It's chic, isn't it? Look at that, an entire apartment, mate. Nice bathroom, really nice bathroom. Nice kitchen, nice kettle and air fryer. Nice kitchen, mate. It's like I'm promoting this place. So that's banging. Studio apartment in Da Nang. Hosted by Anna. 180 quid. That's awesome. So that is there in Da Nang, just south of. So yeah, that's the sort of thing I look for. I like looking at places that I can go for a month and settle in a little bit, you know. Cliffo, you will have a splendid time, mate. Let us all know how it goes after or when you don't come back. Let us know from somewhere in Asia how it's all going. Yeah. So Da Nang, Toby, let me know how Da Nang goes, mate. I'll be interested to travel there probably in 2027 now. Swansea, yeah, mushy boy! Light Truth Love. That is wicked, mate. Up in Swansea. You're about 45 minutes away from me. That's at a slow drive, lad. That's wicked. Where did you Light Truth Love from Swansea? Where did you find the channel? It's super interesting because someone messaged me from like Newport before, Newport in Wales, and I think that's awesome. So let me know where you found the channel and yeah, what you've been enjoying, mate. That's cool to know. Just up in Swansea. I was actually in Swansea 5 days ago, mate. Toby Brick, what's going on, mate? Thank you so much again. Da Nang, yeah, covered it. All good. Project Weaver, the royal country of Berkshire, dear Chrissy Boy. Wow. Berkshire, mate. I'm a little confused even to where that is. Berkshire. I need to get back on the UK map a little bit. I'm starting to lose my bearings in my own damn country. Mate, I know the title. I'm supposed to be talking about what I've got right here, like just having a laugh. But I think the showing and not telling is a much better way to do it. I mean, I hope you're laughing from wherever you're watching this, because I'm laughing from this nice conservatory in a cottage that I don't have to pay for, thanks to some really nice family members. So, yeah, mate, we're having a good time, right? That's the main thing. And I always do a little time check for those people who are not in the UK. Let me get rid of those stupid notifications. Thank you. Away with you. Away with you, please. Okay, or not then. What time are we on? We are on there, Wednesday, exactly 9 p.m., my friends, or my mates, as I should say, on the 5th of November. Isn't it fireworks night tonight? Something like that. Fireworks. I'm not in with the festivities of all of that stuff, but I can hear some like bangs, pops and stuff going on up there. So I think it's fireworks night. Yeah, mate, I was losing my trail of thought then. Keep having a laugh. We'll chuck that in for now, and then we'll continue with the comments. Pino from England. AKA Ruben is watching from a train on his way to Hull. Very cool. What are you doing in Hull, mate? What are you doing in Hull? And mate, my apologies for not messaging back. I am terrible on WhatsApp. Like, I would give you all my WhatsApp, right, happily, but I am just terrible at replying on WhatsApp. I barely go on my phone. The only reason I go on my phone is Tinder. Also to do a load of YouTube shorts that I'm cracking at the moment. I think I've been like shadow banned at the moment because the views are going up really slow. Anyway, I'm not on my phone much. So even if I was to provide you absolute legends with my WhatsApp, you would probably hate me after a few messages because I don't reply. Not out of ignorance, just because, well, I just prefer not to be on this thing all the time, you know? Anyway, there's your daily dose of redundant information. Take one. Glenn Finch, what's going on, mate? Your name reminds me of course, the whiskey, which I would love to have one on the rocks right now. Okay, tell a lie. I'll take 2 glasses of whiskey, please, mate. Glenn Finch, good evening, mate. Watching in Yorkshire, heading out to Asia for 4 months next month. Mate, can you guys just like do me a massive favor and stop saying that you're going to travel Asia for the next few months? Because it's making me extremely envious, because you're going to have a great time. And I'm buzzing to hear that you guys are going after it and getting it and stepping out of, you know, whether it be your normal routines, your hometown, and you're being proactive in getting out to see the world. I think that is like, I honestly don't know why more people don't do it. If I can do it with no money and some of you guys can do it with the same, or you've got commitments and responsibilities, you've got a full-time job, you've got a missus or a wife, you've got a dog, you've got a mortgage, you've got car payments, you've got all of this stuff, and you are still able to do it. Those guys who don't do it usually haven't got anything going on, and there's no excuses. And you and I could put excuses, you know, stacking them like books, but we still get it done. And it's really nice and refreshing to hear that you guys are going out there, and you're not only going for like a week to Spain and all inclusive to Italy, you're going to Asia, not for a month, but for multiple months. And I think that is absolutely sick, capital S. So hit me with a fist bump, people. Raise them. Raise them. Come on. Come on. Raise them, guys. Bow. Quadsa. Amazing. So Glenn Finch, when you're done with your Asia travels, mate, pop down to Wales. I probably won't be there, but if I am, let's share a whiskey on the rocks together. That would be fantastic, mate. And enjoy your time. Let us all know on a live stream when you jump on at some point how it's going. That would be sick. Toby Brick, also you in Da Nang, mate. Let us know how the old Vietnamese adventures go. I personally don't like Vietnamese food. I know. Okay, I'm not being like, you know, judgmental towards the culture. It's just not that fun. Vietnamese, like the French left, the banh mi baguettes, mate, they're all right. But for me, it's the countryside and the overall culture and just the fun-hearted ways of the Vietnamese people. But the food is, it's, you know, it'll get you by. It'll fill your stomach, mate. Cheap Charlie Chronic Ho Rose. What's going on, mate? How goes? For some reason, right? Let me just drink this. This is a really weird thing to say. I've got these fake ice cubes that aren't cold because I just leave them in this flask like all the time. But I prefer drinking water when they're in there, even though it doesn't make anything more cold because I don't freeze them. Is that weird? It's just like I like the jiggle of them. Cheap Charlie Chronicles. Indonesia is a good cheap country. Bali and Lombok is the only real touristy part, and they only constitute 2% of the country. Also might get a lot of local subs like Pakistan. Yeah, mate, I've got to be completely honest. I was in Indonesia before Australia this year for a month, traveling around with my brother. We started in Bali, went over to Lombok, and we went to 3 or 4 other places within our 3 weeks together when we were traveling. I just didn't feel it, mate. I just didn't I just wasn't getting on with Indonesia. And that might have been that I came from Pakistan before and I was on a huge high from how well it went. Or maybe I was just tired after 4 weeks in Pakistan. But I just couldn't get on with Indonesia for some reason. I was getting frustrated with the infrastructure of the roads was a huge one for me. And like, the food wasn't great. We were eating a lot of Western food because we weren't getting on with the Indonesian food. And I don't know, it just felt like some of the Indonesian locals weren't as friendly as maybe I had an expectation of what they would have been like. So maybe I need to go back in the future, but I'm definitely not rushing to. And that is my honest opinion. Bali, for example, that's just like, it's not my scene. Not my scene. Like my first day, I went down this beach and every influencer under the sun was there. Yes, I was there too. So I am a major part of the problem, but it was just a cringe fest, mate. And I know your boy can also be annoying and cringy, but yeah, long story short, Indonesia wasn't for me this year. Maybe in the future. Josh, what's going on, broski? What's going on to you, bro? Where am I now? Wales, UK. Wales, UK, mate. On the Pembrokeshire coast, to be more specific. Wait, I'm trying to flash this merch, mate. I'm getting rid of it by going down here. Look. Merch. I do think this is like the perfect t-shirt to like represent my personality though, because I'll have like the nervous laughs in my videos, I'll have the anxious laughs, and then I'll have the funny laughs, and then I'll have like the hyper overexcited laughs. So I am always kind of laughing, with other people or at myself. So I thought, what better way to kind of showcase that than to wear the t-shirt of just having a laugh, mate. And it also kind of demonstrates my philosophy for life. Like, life is short. Just have a good time, mate. If you're having a good time, you can't lose. And if you can bring other people with you and have a good time together, then you definitely can't lose. And that's kind of my philosophy towards it all. And my overall approach in life, actually. Shuab Gulum says, Tangier is nice, mate. In Morocco, it is banging. That's right up in the north, right? I think that's on the north. And you can get a ferry then over to Gibraltar in Spain. I want to say. Stab, what's going on, mate? Greetings from Liverpool. Greetings to you down in wet and windy Wales in the UK. And I'm only like buzzing and excited at the moment because, well, I've just come back from a 3.5-month intense trip around Asia and surrounding countries. But mate, that's awesome. Stab, where did you come across the videos, mate? I like hearing that. So it's good to have some countrymen on the chat, and yeah, being a part of it all. That's awesome. I'm keeping on going through my bros. Ricky says, for the YouTube algorithm, here in London, it's dry. Lots of fireworks in London. Happy Guy Fawkes Night. Happy Guy Fawkes Night to you, mate. Yeah, I think, like, honestly, it's so wet at the moment here. I would usually be hearing more fireworks, but at the moment, mate, not much is going on at all. Like nothing. Like literally nothing but raindrops. And maybe I should do a live in the day in the next few days, and I can show you kind of like the surrounding areas of where I'm living and kind of give you a more detailed tour of the surroundings. What you reckon? Drop a love heart in the chat if you want to see kind of some of that stuff. Yeah. Who's next? Cliffo, I'm starting in the south of Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh, I'm working my way up. Mate, that would be awesome. Are you going to just go overland then with buses and trains and stuff? Please do like a 30-hour train to like Da Nang or something. That would be awesome. Yeah, mate, Cliffo, you'll have a great time. Buzzing for you, brother. Shawab Gulum says, you and Donkey Boy make a great double act. Thank you so much. That's really cool to hear. Donkey Boy is actually, he is in Bangkok at the moment. He's actually suffering a bit of a back injury. And because Bangkok healthcare is really good and affordable, he is just chilling in his apartment there at the moment. And, you know, we communicate every single day. And for those people who aren't familiar with our good old mate Duncan, this is his YouTube channel here. He is nearly on 1.4 million subs, mate. And he's just passed 1 billion views in total, which is absolutely mental, mate. It's absolutely mental. So before Dunk, and please go and check out like his page. He's an absolute creative genius, mate. Before he started doing more travel vlogs, he was doing, you know, like magic effects, you know, really cool, crazy stuff. And he was getting like hundreds of millions of views, mate. I'm going to show you one now if you're not familiar with old Donkey Boy. So he would do things like, I don't want to get what do you call? I don't want YouTube to pick up on this if I can get in trouble for it. But this is like some of the stuff he did, right? I'll turn this down. Anyway, go and check it out because I'm gonna get this demonetized or something. Yeah, Curly Kid Life, absolute legend. But yeah, he's in Bangkok right now, and we're probably gonna do a sorry, I had some bird messages come in. We're probably going to do a really fun collab adventure together in Colombia next year, old Donkey Boy and I. And Marco Romes and I are going to go and visit our mate Ellis in Mexico. All going to plan, mate. All going to plan. Glenn Finch says, yeah, Da Nang is great. Highly recommend. That's awesome. I'm sure people would appreciate that. There's been a lot of Da Nang talk. And for those people who don't know where Da Nang is, it's central Vietnam. And it's supposed to be like the Miami of Vietnam. Light Truth Love says, found your channel randomly, probably because of a short. Eating food in Thailand, no doubt. Keep it up, mate. Appreciate you, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. So my sort of schedule is, you know, I will go on the road for maybe 3 or 4 months. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes a little shorter. And I will film all of my long forms, you know, be that daily vlogs or 1 or 2, 3 vlogs a week. I will post them when I'm traveling. And then when I'm back, I will go crazy on short form. So I'll do a load of short vlogs. And not to like, if I'm honest, not to like gain views or anything like that and subscribers, just because, mate, I need something to do when I'm back. Otherwise, well, I would just be binging Netflix like all day and all night long. So I like to be productive. I like to have some sort of work to do in the day and also a lot of exercise. I go on long walks. I hit the gym once. So you've got to have this drive and passion and purpose in all places and times of where you are in your life. I think it's a really good thing, you know. Otherwise, you know, other negative addictions can grasp hold of you, and that's not a good thing, as I've experienced in the past. I'm sure many of you have too. Yeah. Jonathan King, that family cottage looks badass, brother. Mate, it's cool, eh? It's a cool cottage, I've got to say. I will, yeah, so right here, it's like, come on, Chris, do it right, mate. You're on a damn stream. This one here, this chair, I know it looks like a granny chair, mate, but I'm telling you, that chair right there is incredibly comfy. That is my reading chair in the morning, and that's where I enjoy 2 coffees before I spit all over my laptop and wet up the keys. That before 10 a.m. And yeah, I actually should utilize this space a little more. It's a banging space, but mainly I utilize that space over there. I sit there and do work, and yeah, mate, it's a good spot. So I'm going to, I'm probably going to do like a raw vlog on this tomorrow, or like a first day back vlog in Wales, and I can show you more of the place and the surroundings. But yeah, it's a sick place, and I'd love for some of you guys to come down at some point and crack some beers, hit some laughs, mate, and yeah, have a good time. Tear some stuff up down here. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Project Weaver says, near Windsor, mate, the home of Ricky Gervais. What an absolute legend. What a legend. Mate. Oh yeah, I've also got this I've also got a little special for us tonight. I've got a special. So also Project Weaver, thanks for being here, mate. Windsor is I haven't been. I was going to say it's awesome, but I'm not sure because I haven't been. But I know Ricky Gervais is awesome, so I rate it. Also, one more then. Bilal Awan says, hey, Chrissy Boy, love from Skardu, mate. Crack it, brother. Skardu, what a time I had to cap off my Pakistan travels in Skardu. What a time. My adventure up to Mansour Rock, it was short-lived because I didn't take a guide and I almost died in the mountains. But what a place, mate. What a place. Bilal, when would be, this is an important question, right? Bilal, when is a good time for me to come back to northern Pakistan? And, come to Skardu again, also Hunza, some other places around the region. When would be a good month to come? I was thinking of maybe mid-January, but I'm not sure. Let me know. So, guys, a little interruption, okay? Actually, give me 2 minutes. I need to fill up my water flask. Thank you. All right, mate. Yes. So a little interim then. For the last 2 years, I've been on and off, and this is probably going to throw some of you. For the last 2 years, I've on and off been writing a short story book, a fictional short story book, pretty much about not abiding to the system in society and just having a laugh, mate, in many facets, right? So tonight, I want to read one of those short stories to you and get your opinion, because in about 6 months, I'm going to release the book as an ebook for the channel, pretty much to, if I'm honest, help to finance things a little more for my travels so I can showcase more places around the world to you. And that's pretty much, I enjoy writing and I like telling stories. I've got a creative mind. So I thought, why not put some short stories together and then sell it as an ebook for a couple of bucks and hopefully make some money so I can travel more consistently. That's like the lowdown of it. So I want to read you one of those short stories and hopefully you can give me your feedback. And yeah, I'm not sure. And this is going to be me like reading this out for one of the first times, actually. So let me know, first of all, if you actually want me to read it. Muted. I've just seen that comment. He's gone for a sniff. All right. First of all, let me know if you want me to read this. All right. It's two pages. So it's this and this. Okay. And the ebook, I was thinking as a title, is going to be called Please Fire Me, instead of like please hire me in a job. Please fire me. So let me know if you want me to read this. It'll probably take like 2.5 minutes to read you. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to some of the questions, and then you can let me know if you want to hear me read that short story that I wrote. Okay. Richard Wunton says, is it Guy Fawkes in New Zealand? He's celebrated with fireworks on our calendar, which is funny as F. Google him. We are a weird country. All right, mate. I think it is Guy Fawkes tonight. I mean, I've been hearing like cracks and pops from the night sky out there. So I believe it is. Yeah. And New Zealand, sadly, I didn't have an opportunity to come and visit when I was in Australia last month, but I do hope to head back to Australia at some point in the next year, so I can pop over to New Zealand and see how weird a country you live in, mate. Denise Yo says, hello. Denise Yo, hello to you. Have a good night or day. It is like 9 p.m. something here in the UK, so it is night, I can confirm. Thanks for being here. Absolute legends. Jan Koskinen says, yes, my bro. What's going on? How's everyone's day been too? I've had a cracker of a day myself. And yeah, a little bit of a shoulder issue going on. But apart from that, mate, we are golden. Cheap Charlie Chronicles, number of influencers getting crazy in Bali. They're everywhere in Japan too. We can't complain, but I guess because we're influencers. Mate, do you live in Japan, Charlie? If you live in Japan, that is super cool. I keep saying I want to visit these places, and I do, but like there's so many places to visit. I can't visit them all in like a 12-month period. And I kind of work in my brain that I want to visit places in the next few months. But Japan would be amazing. I'd be super stoked to spend a few months traveling around the country, though I've heard it's super expensive. Ricky, are you in the valleys? No, mate. The valleys would constitute as like Rhondda and Merthyr Tydfil and some other places. So I'm not in the valleys. I am on the Pembrokeshire coast. So in Britain's most colourful town, actually called Tenby, I am near Tenby, on the coast of Pembrokeshire, mate, where it does not stop raining. And I mean, it really does not stop raining. Darcy T, Chrissy Boy, you're such a sauce, boss. Pure legend, bro. Keep grinding. Vibes from Canada, homie. Vibes from Wales and the UK, Darcy T. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here and for the kind words and sending over the good vibes, mate. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. To the moon and back. Thank you so much. Jan Koskinen says, what kind of cultures do you find most interesting and engaging? I find there's like a Indian, Pakistan, Bangladesh preference, or is it Thai, Vietnamese, Cambodia preference? That is a really interesting question, actually. I've got to stretch. Oh. Good question, Jan Koskinen. Do you know what? I would say, for me now personally, this is personal preference. I find Thailand, just because I've spent so much time in country, I find Thailand and not in a bad way, a good country to travel to in terms of easiness and convenience and affordability. Would I feel more under pressure and more culture if I was visiting the likes of Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India, as opposed to Vietnam, Thailand, and Cambodia? I would have to say yes, because when you go to the likes of India, it is like you were thrown into a PlayStation game. There is so much going on. Every sense is being attacked. Like the sound, everything is going on. It's like being in a game. And whilst that's not to say that Thailand and those places aren't the same, but for me, the preference of culture for like just total, just like what on earth is going on here, mate? There is so much happening. I would say that it's around the likes of India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, personally. Though I haven't spent time in Cambodia, so I couldn't give my honest opinion on that. Ellis, Skint Northerners is here, mate. What's going on? So Ellis asks, how do you have a laugh? Well, firstly, Ellis, mate, I crack up your videos on that TV right there. I make myself 2 chicken sarnies, and then I just laugh at your vlogs, mate. That's pretty much one way I do it. So for those people who want to have a laugh, first of all, just laugh. And secondly, go and watch Alice and Skint Northerners, mate. It's a good channel. And you can have a good laugh, because it's a good laugh. Maybe sell how to guide or a course we can join. Yeah, mate. Not anytime soon, that's for sure. Jonathan King, yes, just confirming about the Thailand adventures that you're going on. That's awesome. And I think you're confirming about the short story, right? If so, I will read it out in a second. Wow, what is going on? How do you afford to live in Asia, bro? Mate, Asia can be cheap if you know how to navigate it, especially the way that I do it, where I find like a single room with a shared bathroom and a shared kitchen for like £170 for the month, which is about $200. I spend £15 a month on a gym, a swimming pool, and a co-working space. And then I spend no more than about £3 a day on food. And then the rest is like having a laugh money and traveling cheaply to the likes of, Koh Samui or Chiang Mai. But I always have a base to come back to, So if I'm living in Thailand, I've got that base where I can come back to. So my accommodation is sorted, and that is a massive part of travel, especially if you're already in country and you're not now paying for flights and you're just paying for buses, which are like 40 baht or a train up to Chiang Mai, which is a couple of pound, if that. So that's how I afford it. And I don't, yes, I go on the beers a few times a month, and you know, it might seem that I go on them a lot, but that's only because I'm posting vlogs of going on the beers. And if you see, they're not all the time. So I don't go out for fancy meals. I don't go and spend a ton of money on cocktails, or I don't go to events like, you know, Muay Thai, and I don't go to ping pong shows or any of that stuff. So, yeah, mate, I keep it really frugal. You could say that the average traveler or the average layperson on the street probably couldn't hack the way that I travel, just because it's not luxurious. Sometimes, or most of the time, it's pretty boring, mundane, and hellish. But that's the way that I like to do it. And I don't like to be in my comfort zone much at all. And that really helps me to live cheaply in Asia, to answer your question, Wao Tao. Thank you so much for being here. Where are you from, Wao Tao? Shahub Gahulum says, mate, sorry I'm botching your name, Shahub Gahulum. Great idea with the ebook. Thank you so much. Chrissy Boy Travels and Adventures bestseller. I you know, maybe in the future I'll write a book on adventures and stuff. You know, I've probably got I have got a lot of stories, but I just want to make videos and connect with you guys like this for the time being. I really need to have a shave for my Chechen beard look, mate. Okay. Gassed Cider, cool name, mate, says, what's your budget for your adventure through all of these countries? I never budget in terms of a quantity before starting out. I just know that I get paid between £300 and £400 a month from YouTube, and that's pretty much my monthly budget. And yes, I spend every single pound and penny of that budget come the end of the month. So it's between £300 and £400, which is what, $450 to $500 a month. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, but it's within that region. So that's how, I afford to do it, and that's pretty much my budget at the moment. Is, you know, my YouTube payments are going up ever so slightly each month. I think by this time next year, if I keep going and I'm consistent and I keep having a laugh with you guys, I think by this time next year, I'll be on, you know, over £1,000 a month from YouTube, which will be amazing. That's be about $1,300 US a month, which would be fantastic. So I'd still live the way that I am and travel the way that I do. I would just, I know I'd have more flexibility, you know. That's all. I still wouldn't change anything. I would just have a little more money in the bank and put more money into videos and ideas and making you guys experience the travels vicariously through me if you're not traveling yourself. So that's pretty much my aim. It's not to spend money on material possessions or designer clothes or taxis places. You know, I'd still hitchhike. I still wear the same clothes as I do, and I still be the same old Chrissy Boy. But yeah, between $300 and £400 a month is the budget gas cider, mate. Yeah. And I actually did a video on this. I'm not sure. Gas cider, this is probably one for you to watch, mate. And it's cool that I've got these videos, because when we're speaking on live like this, I can actually refer back, and hopefully it can help you guys. So this gas cider, there's two videos that I'd recommend you watch on the channel, and they're both me walking on the back streets of Bangkok, just openly talking raw to the camera. The first one is, and just scroll down to see this. This was 3 weeks ago. That one there, it says, I'm not rich. Here's how I travel full time. 3 weeks ago, and it's the 8-minute and 16 vlog that you're seeing right there. Okay, have a look at that one, because I kind of just talk about that £350 a month number of how I travel. And then also there's another one that I recorded in like this weird little town in Thailand, where I jumped off the train one night. Anyway, and it's I break down pretty much like full costs of Thailand. So it's the 13-minute, 20-second vlog, and it says, broke, you can still travel. Here's how. And that was 2 weeks ago. So gas cider, just if you want a more advanced answer on your question, mate, check those two out. Yeah, so I hope that helps. What else we got, mate? And also, thanks for being here again, guys. You absolute legends. Jonathan King, thumbs up to the story. Yes, I will. Do you know what? I'll cap off the live tonight by reading the story back to you. I'm a little nervous because I'm trying to look at it now. I'm like, what mistakes have I made? Or am I going to upset or insult anyone? Anyway, we'll have a look in about 10 minutes, I guess, after we finish off some of the questions. Gas cider, you're welcome, mate. Wherever you're from, whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, have a great day or night, my friend. LGP says, what's up, Chrissy Boy? LGP, what's up to you, mate? What's going on? Fist bump. Brap, brap, brap. And LGP says, how careful are you with eating local food, hygiene-wise? I've seen some extreme food poisoning. All the reviews were pretty great. What you want? You want to hear it raw and real, mate? LGP, I keep it really simple when it comes to food. Not just because I travel with not much money, but I like eating simply. That doesn't mean that I don't like tasty food. It just means that, yes, I am a little hyper aware of potentially getting food poisoning and that messing up my travels. And in the financial place that I am at the moment when I travel, I really can't afford to be ill and take time off videos, etc., etc. So when I'm traveling the likes of Asia, mate, this is boring, but I will literally eat rice and tuna as a combination with like no mayonnaise. I would just eat normal white rice and a tin of tuna. I'll do that once a day. And then I will eat ramen, like a pot noodle style ramen from 7-Eleven. And I think that's like 15 pence. I'll eat that. And just because I can cook it myself. I can see it all being made. And if I'm going to get ill, I'm going to get ill because I messed up and I don't have to blame a potential street seller for making me ill. So I am super careful. Just a quick tip is if you're going to eat street food, right, just make sure that it's being cooked in front of you and it's not being left out, or it hasn't been left out to just sunbake for hours on end in the afternoon, especially in the heat of Asia or wherever else, mate. So I prefer to cook myself, and I eat a lot of bananas, a lot of ramen, a lot of tuna out of the can, rice, and what else, mate? Bags of peanuts, pretty much. Bags of peanuts. I've actually... again, with a reference of what we're talking about, I actually show the whole breakdown of food on one of these posts on the channel, what I eat in like a week. So that's a really good question, because in India, for those people who don't know, I got really, really ill. I contracted a gastrointestinal parasite called Giardia, and mate, I was completely out of whack for about 2 months. I was bedbound, believe it or not, for like 3 or 4 weeks. And that's no exaggeration, actually. I was in one heck of a mess. So that's being that ill from India. And I believe, you know, in India, I was eating pretty much anything under the sun. If Chrissy Boy saw it, I'd eat it. And so I've really learned from that. But yeah, do be careful. And also, going on the food stuff, is I ate a lot of 7-Eleven ready meals, just because you can bring them back to your apartment or your hostel. You can whip them up in the microwave until they're scalding hot. They're really cheap. They're 40 baht, which is like 90 pence or $1. And then that's the sort of stuff I was eating when I was in Asia. And I don't mind like getting bored when I eat, you know. If I'm getting food, it's got a nice taste to it, and I can eat it with potentially without getting ill, then I will just replicate that throughout my whole travels. I'm just trying to find now through all of these posts on the channel. I didn't know I posted so much. Perfect. So you actually asked the question, what do I eat? And this is the answer. Again, just to show you, instead of telling you, Always drinking water. That is white rice there. And in that bowl is tuna and sweet corn with some mayonnaise. And that's it. If you've got the luxury of a microwave or a hob wherever you are, then definitely take advantage of it, mate, because yeah, it'll be awesome. So this is what I was trying to find, and I hope this isn't boring too many of you, and I'm not drudging on too much. So let me okay, so I've put this photo up, and this is from 6 months ago when I was in Thailand. It reads, the photo below is of the food I bought today for $12, which is £9, which will last me for the next 5 days whilst I'm in Koh Samui in the island, the south of Thailand. I only eat out if I'm vlogging to spruce up the content and to show you more Thai cuisine. Otherwise, it's simple food shown in the photo below, which is this right here. As you can see, pretty much what I just explained. That is tins of tuna. That is 7-Eleven ready meals. That is some electrolytes, a loaf of bread, bananas, and peanuts, and instant coffee. So that is pretty much my diet. And it's actually pretty much my diet now when I'm home. So it's not the most culture sound stuff to follow, but it helps me to kind of stay on the right course, right? So LGP, I think I've answered your question. Hopefully I have. Muted ask, so what's the deal? ... Why is going to another country so appealing? Good question, mate. I'm very restless and interested in experiencing as many cultures in as many different countries that I possibly can. I don't want to be surrounded by the same people every single day of my life. I want to live properly. I want to experience stuff. I want to feel different emotions. I want to see different sights, taste different foods. And I'm in my early 30s now. So, we've only got a finite time to do the stuff that we want to do and see the things that we want to see and experience what we want to experience. And I think traveling is a great way to do that, though it is definitely not the be all and end all. And it's certainly not a glamorous thing to do for the most part for those people who travel on a budget like I do. But I'm very restless. I like to see the world, like I said, and it's kind of in my heart to travel and wander. And yeah, so that's that. Gas cider, mental budget. Cheers for your answer. No worries, brother. Shawib Gulum says, hope you get a new pair of Under Armour trainers for Christmas. They've been through everything. The motorbike crash was worrying, bro. 1 second. Let me show you something. So the Under Armour shoes were absolutely mangled, right? So I had holes. I've got a hole in my trousers. This is from the motorbike crash. I've got a new pair coming soon, don't worry. So out with the Under Armour trainers, mate, and in with the new Skechers. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, mate? They're decent, eh? They're like slip-on Skechers. They're really comfy. So those are the new trainers / shoes for the next travels, mate. Not bad, eh? So Shawab Gulam, give me your rating on these. Nice Skechers. Super light, honestly, like feather light. But yeah, no more Under Armour trainers, at least not to show you on the vlogs. But I do go for runs around the countryside and walks in them just because they're already messed up. And I'm not going to mess those shoes up until the next travel stint. So Gas Cider asks, how can you stop your travels and what is your plans on the next travels? Mate, after, an intense 3 months on the road, I kind of feel the need to come back to my family home and just kick back for a while. I find it very difficult to relax if I'm traveling because I'm always switched on, as to say, and I want to go out and adventure and do crazy things and vlog and pretty much be constantly on the road and active. Now, even though I could get an apartment in the likes of Vietnam or wherever I am in the world, I just feel right now, at the place that I'm in, I prefer to book a flight back. And remember, for anybody that knows about the flight that I booked recently, it was only £80. £80 flight, a 12 and a half hour direct from Bangkok to Sweden, not Sweden, Copenhagen in Denmark. And then I got from Denmark to Bristol in England near Wales back for like £13. So I can do it very cheap anyway. I just feel that if I come back here, I can really relax my brain, my body, and I can recoup and I can plan properly the next phase of travels. And it's just good to come back and see some people, chill out, have this amazing cottage to myself. And yeah, I pretty much can just relax 100% when I'm back here, as opposed to being on it when I'm traveling. Danji, I just seen you popped back into the chat. Welcome back, my friend. Yeah, so next travel plans, Gas Cider is all going well. On the 20th of this month, I'm going to head to Morocco for maybe a week or 10 days. And I'm going to travel to some places there. Casablanca, Marrakesh, Fez, and then up towards the northern regions, mate. And then I'm probably going to cross via ferry over to Gibraltar in Spain and do some stuff in Spain. And then next month, the mid-December, I'm going to go to the Scottish Highlands and just do a load of hiking in the Cairngorms National Park, mate. It's going to be freezing, but it's going to be awesome. So expect some different vlogs, some like cold, jacketed up hiking vlogs in Scotland for December. I think it'll be really cool. So yeah, that's the next phase of travels. Shaub Gulum, excellent, superb answer, mate. I knew you would like that. Sports Rec, get up here also to get on. Yeah, the sketches are really comfy, actually. I'm super happy with them. And they were a gift from a family member because they'd seen the state of my shoes and thought, I ain't going out to public with you looking like that. So yeah, they're decent. Thank you for asking the question. The Danji, I asked about what's your favorite Canadian beers, and I can look on my phone at the brands after. They are Molson, Canadian, Alexander, Keith's, and Canadian Coors Light. Amazing. I'll keep tabs of that, and maybe I'll get some imported over to Wales. Molson Canadian. I think Alexander Keith's sounds the coolest. What's your favorite? Alexander Keith's. That sounds like some special lord's name. But yeah, mate, good for you to be back. And probably just in time, right? Just in time for a short story that I've wrote. And just to give you some context, I've been writing a book of short story kind of fiction in the direction of like fun employment, in terms of having fun outside of your workplace and not taking life too seriously. It kind of embodies my whole philosophy and what we are doing with the channel. So I thought I'd write a book of stories based on that philosophy, which I can then sell in the future for a couple of bucks to then help myself travel a little more and to give you more experiences on the road. Anyway, can you just let me know once more if you'd like to hear me read out this short story for you? This story is called Jobbing, and yeah, I will happily read it to you if you just give me a thumbs up in the chat or a yes. Otherwise, I don't want to waste your time or my time blabbing 2 minutes about this story. So let me know. Also, should we make these lives a regular thing? I think it's a pretty cool hangout, actually. Thumbs up from Gas Cider. Okay, happy days. I'm actually going to move the laptop back over to the kitchen so I can stand up and do this. So bear with me. Don't drop this laptop, Chris, mate. That'd be really helpful, wouldn't it? Okay, how's that, mate? Okay, 1 sec. Go get my phone. Okay. And now let me know if you can hear me properly. I'm kind of looking down on you guys right now. It's like a headmaster to student level. What do you think? You can see my Chechen beard in full view as well. Okay. All right, mate. I'm about to read a short story that I've wrote that will be going into a fiction collection of stories next year at some point. And the book is going to be called Please Fire Me, as opposed to Please Hire Me in the employment world. So without further ado, mate, Chrissy Boy, take it away, lad. Jobbing. Wow, this is really small text. What are you doing, Chris? And hopefully I don't offend anyone with reading this story. Okay. Jobbing. To receive my free money, they meet. Oh, see, I've already messed it up. I should really do a practice run. Okay, I'm going to go again. Give me a break. Ellis, I'll show you the pecs after that, mate. Maybe some hamstring action too. To receive my free money, they made me attend meetings, 2 per month over the phone and 2 more in person, many miles from home, talking to me as if I were a dusty old object with no name, always with the intention of flooding my day with misery and sleep with nightmares with them. What I most wanted was to be left alone so I could live freely, but despite my display of rebellion, they always won, finding me, then roping me in with a power that I simply could not match. I once told my reflection that one day I would stand up for myself and stop letting them string me around like a puppet. But because my free money beats money earned, that day is a day far away. I walked into the building and a short man squeezed into a shirt and tie combination waved me over. We sat opposite each other over his desk. It was a small desk in a boring room with a computer and a stationery neatly in its place. The man smiled and I didn't like him. So how's it all going? He said. I'm great, thanks. Yourself? I meant the job search, he said. Oh, that. Terrible. Terrible? He said. There just isn't no jobs out there, man. Not even one. What do you mean? He said. I've been searching day and night for jobs, but the only job I can find is a job looking for a job, I said. He hummed and opened a drawer on his desk and pulled out several sheets of paper and put them sideways on his desk. He studied me and pressed a finger to the paper and said, Here's a job. I lowered my head and squinted my eyes, trying to see, but I couldn't make out the words. Sorry, I said. I can't see. It says, he said, Assembly Line Coordinator. What the effing pish is that? It sounds like a goddamn crime. It's a job managing people working the assembly line of a biscuit factory, he said. I said, what, for a joke? He said, no, of course not, as a job for people to earn a living. Seriously, I said, is that even legal? I couldn't wrap my head around it. These workers must be paid £1 million an hour or given another lifetime by God or something. Right, what about this one, he said. Women are created to clean, not men, I said. We clean by sweeping things under the sofa and moving rubbish from one place to another, but women clean properly because that's what they do. He sighed and shuffled through some papers and found my CV, curriculum vitae. Says here you once worked as a builder, he said. It was labouring, I replied. And did you enjoy that type of work? Manual labour, I said, moving heavy objects in the rain and getting a bad back. Oh yes, it made me extremely happy. What about kitchen work? He said. I can see you worked in a cafe back in... Yeah, and I got booted for eating the food, I said. And why do you think you did that? Because I was hungry, I said, and the chef was about to bin a perfectly good sandwich. He revisited the paper from a minute ago and wrote across several words written on the list, then returned to scrutinize my past employment history. Tell me about this, he said. What? I said. This. I wasn't working then, I said. And why was that? He said. Were you ill? Was I ill? No, I wasn't ill. I just wasn't working because I wasn't working. But why weren't you working? He said. What's wrong with just not working for a while? And at that moment, he turned quiet and still before eventually figuring out how to talk and move again. Then he switched on his computer and spent a couple of minutes moving the mouse around and clicking it. You still might be in luck, he said. Luck? I said. A position has opened up here in the office, helping people like yourself find employment. Would that be of interest to you? Interest to me, I said. Yes, he said. That's right. Would stopping jobbing for an entire year to do absolutely nothing interest you? I said. The end. Let me know. Let me know. I know that was terribly read, guys, but yeah, that is one of the stories. It actually makes more sense if you're reading it yourself, just because I messed up some of the sentences. But yeah, I hope it made sense and it was half decent. And there's going to be like 16 stories in that fashion in the book. Anyway, Ricky, thank you for your kind words. Appreciate it. Hanuman says, hey, mate, are you planning to return to Thailand? I hope so. So I'm in Southern Ontario, Canada. Mate, I will be returning to Thailand, just not for the time being, probably early next year for a wedding for some close friends. And then I'll probably spend another month there before going to somewhere else in Asia, maybe Afghanistan. He's thinking a biscuit you should invest so King of Travelers can survive. Shaub Galum says, King of Travelers, you can survive without anything. Way to go, brother. That's awesome. And Gas Cider says, nice. Hopefully complimenting the story that I just read out. But yeah, maybe I'll make that a something that I do on the live over the next 20 lives. I'll read a story out from the book. I don't know, maybe, my shoulder, mate. I think we've done like my rotator cuffing or something somehow from doing too many bad form push-ups. Anyway, yeah, we're going to call this a day in a minute. 1 hour and 20 minutes in. I remember having to report to the job center. It was a soul-destroying experience, says Ricky. Mate, tell me about it. Shawab Gulum says, I think it would be #1 DJ also. All righty then, guys. I'm probably going to call it, mate, because in all honesty, I am absolutely ravenous hungry. And earlier, I bought this. 1 second. This, oh no, it's gone everywhere. Oh, mate, it's gone everywhere. It is. Oh, shit. Every time, mate. Look at it. It's gone everywhere. Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm super stoked to eat this, which is, mate, which is a huge salad box that I got earlier. See what happens, Chris, when you do this. Look at it, though, mate. That is stacked. That is chicken and a load of salad. So I'm going to smash that. But first, let me just... So, mate, that is going to be the end of today's live. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed being here as much as I have. And 888 Jinxie has just dropped in and said, all round to Chrissy Boys for takeaway. Mate, come on round. That would be awesome. I will, of course, eat all of the food. So you'll have to settle for the scraps. But yeah, mate, you also say 888 Jinxie or 888. You should have brought back your Copenhagen microwave meal and heated it up. I'm so glad that you guys have took note on that. It was absolutely rank. I mean, it was okay. It was like a simple, not cheap meal. It was Denmark's national dish, I think. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it from our 3rd or 4th live for this week, I think. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone, thoroughly, thoroughly grateful for your presence, your time, your energy, and of course, your incredible patience in putting up with this knobhead right here. So guys, I keep saying that, Chris, you hate outros as much as the next content creator. So mate, just call it quits so people can get on with their life. All right, call it quits. But first, fist bump everyone. Raise them. Raise them. Okay, ending in 3, 2, 1.